Hello everybody and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. So we have the yacht just here and it's going to launch in just 2 hours and 13 minutes. So I think it's going to be good to get this out of the way because then we can collect £300,000 and I'll be able to buy a forager, which I've been looking forward to for quite some time. So yeah, initially it's just going to be used to mow the field, which will seem ridiculous because that's such an expense for such a tiny field, but I'm hoping to do some whole crop harvesting as well in the future. So that'll be obviously really using the machine for other purposes, different headers, but there it goes. Lovely. Yeah, I need to check and see which header it is actually for a whole crop. Maybe it is the same header, but we could also use it for corn, which is definitely a different header. Okay, and now we get paid. Oh, I left the time on a bit fast. Whoopsie. 300,000. 586,000 in total. So yeah, actually it's good light. It's a nice time of the day. We'll keep it at 0.5 for today, so the lighting shouldn't really change. We'll go and buy the forager, which is going to be the class forager. Yeah, it's the cheapest and, in my opinion, the best looking. But obviously everybody has a different opinion. Right, so I think everything there can stay the same. So 380,000. So these are for corn, although yeah, it looks like we can use them for other crops as well. I think I've only ever used these for corn, so that'll be something new. But I'm going to be using this today, the direct disc. But we can also pick up a swath of grass if we want to with the pickup 300. And I can't actually see it here, but we would also have the poplar header. I'm sure it would be compatible, wouldn't it? Interesting it isn't there. Yeah, it's a New Holland header, but I'm sure it would fit. So yes, it'd be fantastic to do some poplar. I even know a good place to do this. It was actually recommended by some other viewers as well. This triangle sort of shape of grass, which has not had anything done to it yet, we should plant poplar there. So I think we'll do that, maybe even later today. But yeah, first of all, let's get this field here mowed. So what I need is the correct header, which I was in the process of doing, which is going to be the direct disc. That's almost £60,000. Ooh, nice. That must be for other crops, such as canola. But yes, we're just going to be using it for grass today. And yeah, that should be all ready to go. Now, as for trailers, oh dear, my excavator over there has done something crazy. Why it didn't do that in the previous episode? Well, we better sort that out. Yeah, trailers. Because I'm not going to be having the trailer alongside. We're actually going to attach it to the back. So it doesn't need to be massive. And then I need somewhere to put the pit as well, because we're going to do a bit of silaging in a pit. Let's get this shifted. In fact, I'll just get everything set up, and I'll see you at the field. Okay, here we are. So I've just parked up over there. I'm trying to think of the best place to put a pit, and really here seems like a logical place to put it. The red trailer probably will have to move. So if I just go into silos and then find a bunker. Yeah, I think something like that would be good. Oh, is it like a snap to grid one? It does say toggle snapping off, and then it doesn't. It must be referring to a different type of snapping. I don't know. I've always got confused by that. But anyway, would there be good? Oh, maybe there. Yes, maybe here. Because then we can still have the sugar beet behind. That trailer is completely in the way, but we'll get that moved. I don't have a problem with where the sugar beet is, though. I think it's a good place for it. Just put the silage pit in front. There's a possibility that I could have just added a dolly to this trailer and then used that, but yeah, it's a small very small field, so it's just not necessary. Maybe in the future though. Right, let's get back into here. Silos, this one here. About there, as far over as possible really. That should be nice, and it hasn't deleted any of the sugar beet, which is good. Oh, I didn't have free mode on. I think it charged me £23 extra. Well, we mustn't grumble. That's good, and we get paid very well from the yachts. So, well, the next yacht will actually be in production now. Let's begin. We've got a bit of green coming through in this field, so that's something. It was looking very dead in the previous episode. So my plan is to empty into the pit with the forager. Hopefully. Is that working? Nope, I've done something wrong. I thought it was ready. It looks ready. I'm very confused. I even put some silage additive in to see if it was that, and it still doesn't work. So is it because this is not classed as a field? It's not actually... Like on here, it's not ready to harvest? It's a mystery. Right, I've just set fill number 2 as grass as a test, and yeah, that looks to be the reason why, because this is mowing absolutely no problem. So I better load the game. We need our other crop back. But that's a shame. I don't know why it would have such a problem with just that other field. There we go, our other crop is back. So I won't let any disappointment get in the way. What we'll have to do instead then is just mow it and row it. And actually, we might have the swathing mowers anyway. But yeah, we can then get the pickup. We can do it that way. But in the future, we're going to have to get that as a field which can be cut with this. So we'll have to plough it up or cultivate it. And re-drill it as grass. It's because it's meadow grass, I think, instead of field grass. So yeah, let's get it mowed. Park up here for now. We'll be back in that later. And this will be a pretty fast job. Yeah, we do have the one that can swath. Fantastic. So we actually don't need this anymore. That can be sold. The best machine is probably the Fent, although I do have the John Deere right here. We might sell the Fent. We probably don't need 2. I might be better off replacing the Fent with a telehandler. It would be good to have a telehandler. So yeah, anyway, the focus of this video was going to be forager work, so I'll just quickly get it mowed. We'll come back in a second when we're ready to pick it all up again. Well, there we go, it's cut. I really don't see why there'd be a problem using the pickup in this field. There really should be no problem. At least I hope. But then I suppose if there is a problem, at least we still have the pickup for another field. But I'm really wanting to use the forager today. So that's what I'm going to do. If I can. Unless the game has other ideas. Right, so back into here. Foragers, this one, combinations. We now need the pickup, which is much cheaper. £20,500. I will for now just leave this over here somewhere. Yeah, next to this tree. Seems like a nice place for it on a warm day. A warm day in February. Must be a hot climate. It's right at the end, so we can pick it up nice and easily. There we go. So we can still go with the silage additive. Is it worth doing? Maybe. 60 litres. I think it only takes 20 litres. So that's going to be enough to last a very long time. But yeah, we'll do it. I think it makes more silage, which is certainly worth doing. And there we go. Right, we'll hope for the best. Let's hope it works now. Please work. I'm pretty confident this will work. There's absolutely no reason at all why it won't. Unless, of course, I don't unfold it. There we go. Right, this has to work. Thank you. Good. We are finally picking up our grass for silage. And it's not filling up super quickly, so we should be able to get this done pretty quickly, and we won't have to keep going backwards and forwards too many times. Oh, the John Deere would be a great tractor to compact the pit with. Also, I know we can't cut the triangular field directly with this, but that would be worth doing as well. We could put all of that grass into the same pit before we ferment it, before we sheet it over. So I think we'll cut that after we finish this. I'm going to do the awkward bit first. Seems like a good idea. And I think when we've done these 3 awkward swaths, we can empty. Looking good. Yeah, I've missed doing this. I used to do this all the time in FS17 and also 19 and 15. Those were my big ones. Except for 09, actually. I played so many hours of FS09. I've played them all. I did start with FS08. I've probably mentioned that a few times. But yeah, I do feel that in FS22 I have been overlooking the forager and the different jobs it can do. So I think doing poplar would be good fun. I think there is an issue with this trailer as well. It's lifting that front axle of the trailer off the ground. Maybe I should have gone with a dolly trailer, although if I did that I wouldn't be able to reverse it. So yeah, that's fine. As long as it doesn't actually cause any problems. Who needs a double axle anyway? It's a big pit. But if we are going to be doing some whole crop harvesting in the future, so like harvesting any of the crops, wheat, barley, oats, that sort of thing, then yeah, we'll be filling it up quite quickly. Once we have the pig food that we need, we can do that. Now I'm aware of there being no BGA, but that's fine because we can still sell it at one of the sell points here, or we could build our own. We could build a BGA, which would be a really good, profitable thing to do. I'd be happy to do it. It's not like it's going to be hard to get the money. And that's all of the grass out of the trailer. Back to the field for probably one more load, and then we can head over to the triangular field. And we'll mow that. Okay. Pipe. Always the pipe. Satisfying watching it get picked up. And yeah, the additive, that must be really helping. But that is the thing about this field, it's not a grass field as such. It's not fertilised, it's just meadow. It's meadow grass. So it should be. It should definitely be cultivated and re-drilled. Seems weird to basically remove grass and then put grass back in. But it's a different kind of grass. It's really, really good grass. Be a good place to do a thumbnail, actually. We'll do it on this turn over here. That'd be a really good place to do it. I tend to, if anybody interested, I tend to change the field of view. I usually do it to about 30. It makes it look a bit more dramatic. And I also remove the HUD, GS HUD visibility. Although I believe there are mods out there which allow you to make even better thumbnails. But this is just the way I do it. And then, yes, you can also fly. I sometimes fly up into the air to get an aerial shot. And that's GS player flight mode. But yeah, some of these things can be done in other mods. And to get back to the normal camera field of view, it's -1. There we go. Right, let's finish the field before we get too much distraction from thumbnail making. The final piece, until the next field. Okay, so we are 40% full again, so we almost got 2.5 loads from this field. Pretty good. Pick up that little piece there. 41%. It makes all the difference. And for anybody wondering about the grass that we have in storage, we've got loads. So the sheep are fine. We don't need to keep any of this grass for the sheep. We've got several gigantic Heston bales. So this one can go into the corner. And then hopefully the triangular field can go in front of this. And then we can just drive over it all, compacting it. Make it all good. And yeah, and the fermentation process can begin. As for picking up all the silage out of the pit again, scooping it up, we'll use the big Volvo wheel loader. Because we'll do it in seconds. It's massive. So big. Anyway, we'll leave the forager here. We'll jump back into the John Deere tractor, which is somewhere. The last one I tabbed to, I should have just tabbed backwards. And we'll make our way over to that field. As I haven't really studied that field too much, I can't really picture how much grass there is there. I don't think it was that big of an area. Which is what makes it perfect for poplar, because poplar is really slow and, well, we don't want to have a gigantic field full of poplar. Okay. Battle with the traffic. That corn will probably be ready to harvest next time, but that's going to be combinable corn for the pigs, not silage, not maize. Okay, yeah, it's tiny. It's a really small area with a cultivator in the middle of it, and it's only really low quality grass, but it is something, so it would seem silly not to harvest it, not to mow it before we put poplar in. That is if we can. Wow, that is short. So what makes this field different to the other field? Interesting. Why would this not be the meadow grass? It looks like it might be here. Right, okay, well, slightly confusing. So this needs to be cultivated. Just wondering, do we have any other grass? Probably not. We do need more grass. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I was hoping that would be. Anyway, yep, it is a good place for poplar, so we'll put poplar here. But sadly, no grass. So that means we have grass that can't be cut at all, it never grows. We have meadow grass that can't be cut with the forager, and we have field grass which can be cut by everything. As long as it's a mower. Where do you learn something new every day? Okay, let's just put this here then. We'll take this out of the pit. And yeah, I feel like we shouldn't really cover it over yet because it's just not enough. If this was any other map, I could just go and buy another field with grass in. But of course, there's not many fields. It is a forestry map. I guess we're going to have to compact it, so... it's such a tiny area, but it's quite a lot. We've got 81,000 litres in here. Yeah, I need to think of something different. A different place to put grass. Because I do want to do more silage. I guess field 1 could be turned into grass. Then again, it could just be whole crop. It doesn't need to be specifically grass. It could be any other crop. Well, I'd work this down. Compact it all nicely. And then we can sheet it over. What an amazing difference it makes having a big heavy tractor with tracks over a lighter tractor with narrow tyres on. There we go. I'd have been here all day. Right, so that is now covered over. We will be able to scoop it out very soon, and then we can put it into the big red trailer and sell it. But yeah, this is just a taster of what's to come. We'll definitely do this on a bigger scale. We'll have many fields of whole crop or something like that. Which I'm looking forward to. Actually, whilst I'm in this, what I'll do is I'll go and grab the cultivator and I'll cultivate for number 1. Because then next time I can drill it, which will be a very fast job. We've got a nice big drill. And we'll also move into March. But yeah, that field there needs to be cultivated and re-drilled as well as grass. As for this field, I don't know if it needs to be cultivated before poplar. It wouldn't normally, I don't think. I'd prefer just to plant directly into this, but we'll have to see if it works or not. Okay, so we've got a nice big cultivator, so we should be able to do this field pretty quickly. At a fairly good speed as well. Because although the tractor is much smaller than what the cultivator really requires, it still does it perfectly. It does a very good job. That's 11 miles per hour without even removing the limiter. I don't know what it would be able to do with the limiter off. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it's about that anyway, 12. Impressive. Very impressive. So I think we can do this and then we can go over to the grass field and I'll cultivate that as well. Ready for re-drilling next time with grass. And we're down to £18 in the bank. I know I've spent a lot today and it might seem ridiculous, really bad business sense, but it's because we can. We have so many other sources of really good income. All we have to do is load a container up with wood and we get over £100,000. So we'll do that next time. I was wondering if we can actually stack those containers. Like, can we do 3 all on top of each other on the trailer? It would be a bit heavy, but maybe 2, possibly. Anyway, yeah, let's get this done. That's the big field done. Now for the small one. It is impressive the way this tractor can pull it without really any problems at all. It's looking nice and neat. Okay, fold it up. Make our way over here. I wonder if I'll be stopped by the train. I usually am. Oh yeah, apparently there's no collision on that fence. I've been... Oh, good grief, I actually am being stopped by the train. That is weird. Yeah, the collision, I've been avoiding the fence because it would just look weird to drive through it, and because there might be a collision on it, but no, apparently there isn't, so I could just drive through it if I wanted to. I don't think I will though. It would look a bit odd. I'll just have to keep going around it. It's spooky. Every time I get to a crossing, the train comes. Right, so this is tiny compared to field number 1. All those discs. Hopefully it will work because it's not a plough. Yeah, allow create fields. I've got the mod installed. Don't need to be too strict about going right up to the edges, although I suppose when the grass is fully grown it will look like I'm always missing a bit. So maybe I should always go over the boundary. That's fine. And if I make a big mess I can just touch it up with the landscaping tool. This is the area where I have the potential to mess it up. Oh, that's not good. Well, that piece will just have to be left as meadow grass. As will that piece there. Which, actually, that should be gravel, because that's where we go to get the wool. Right. So this will all be field grass. That's another field done. Okay, so I think we can now wrap things up for today. There's the train again. It does that lap really quickly. Doesn't it go to Elm Creek? Maybe it's supposed to be a different train, because that is very fast. Right, this can stay here, just like everything seems to be collecting here, but it is going to be used really soon. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll get them drilled next time, those two fields, and hopefully we'll get some poplars in, or some poplar. Yes, I think that was the correct way of saying it. It's like sheep, you wouldn't say sheeps. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.